I'll show you guys how I got this kick pedal to work with my drum set. It didn't work before, and probably because it was not designed for that drum set. It was designed for a different drum set. So what I did is I took this piece off. It actually comes off. There's two screws underneath. You have to take off the felt, the anti-scratch, whatever felt down there. Peel that off, and then you'll see the two screws. Once you pop those two screws, this pops off. So I drilled a hole through the top, going through it. I actually took all the guts out, so I just left the plastic. And there's actually, on top of this piece, there's actually a rubber, whatever, something rubber on top. You can actually take that and peel that off, and I had to do that because that's the only way I'll get this to stick to the plastic directly. So yeah, I drilled a hole, maybe a 10 millimeter hole down, and then this contact sits in that hole. The wire contacts, and then I soldered this wire to the contacts underneath. And then this white stuff here is actually liquid nails. It's very strong stuff. Once it's still drying, that's why I don't want to touch it. Those pliers is actually pushing down on the contact so that it stays down until it dries good. But I already tested it. It works. This bumper is going to hit that switch there, and then it's going to give me 0 ohms between the ground and the tip. So it's perfect. Yep, and it works. Just have to let that dry, and that's it. If there's anything I could remember, what else? Well, that's pretty much it. I don't know. I got that switch from a bad vacuum cleaner that I had laying around the house, which I completely took apart. And that's where I got that switch. I didn't feel like going to the store just for a switch, but you probably could get better switches than this. This is just what I happen to have around the house. So I'm not sure how long this switch is going to last. I'm hoping it's going to last a really long time. I would have preferred the kind of switch that's kind of on a spring, so you press kind of like a spring, which activates the switch. But it is what it is. So actually, that's how this was. But with that on it, it would not fit in there. So I just had to take that off. So now it just presses directly against that switch. And I'm hoping it's going to last a long time. All right, over and out.